Welcome back to TMT. In the previous video you learned how to open a chart in your Ninja. Now we're going to find out what exactly is a chart and for what do we use them. What we call a chart is a graphical representation of a series of prices over a particular time frame. For example, a chart may show the price movement of a particular contract for the past month, week, days, hours, or even minutes. What you have in front of you is an example of a daily crude oil chart. On the right hand, running vertically, you can see the prices that crude oil is trading at. At the bottom, we can see the different month, which tells us, for example, that in September, right here, oil was trading at around $110, $111, while in December, all the way down here, it came down to around $91.5, $92. So for what do we use charts? We use charts to analyze the behavior of a particular market so we can take a decision on whether or not we want to participate in that market. Yearly, monthly, quarterly charts are used to analyze long-term trends in the market. Now there are several types of charts. For our purposes, we're going to use basically three. The first one is the one you have in front of you, is the bar chart, where every single one of these bars depicts the price movement in that particular time frame. For example, on a daily chart, each bar will represent a day and will tell you the story of what that market did during that particular day. Now let's take a closer look at one of these bars. The small horizontal line on the left represents the opening. The small horizontal line, the dash on the right, tells us at what price the market closed that day. And the top and bottom of the bar will indicate the highest and lowest prices respectively that the market reached during that day. Most analysts consider the closing price as the most important one. Under this assumption, it is not so relevant how high or low the price moves in a particular day, but the price that it closes at. That is a kind of a bottom line. Based on this principle, there is another type of chart called line chart or line on close charts that connect all the closing prices over a set period. Let's change this chart to a line chart so you can see how to do that. Just click on this icon where you have all these bars here, and then look for line on close. Obviously, this type of chart does not provide us with the visual information of the range that market actually traded at, but you would be surprised how useful this type of chart actually is. In fact, all my forecasts are made on this type of chart because it's more accurate. Then we have the candlestick chart. Let's switch to a candlestick chart by going to the same icon. Again, in this case you have a line here, and select candlesticks. And there we are, something that you are already very familiar with. This is very similar to a bar chart. Typically we encounter green and red bars, but many people use other colors as well. Sometimes they use blue and red, black and white. The colors are not really that important. During this course, let's use the most common ones, red and green. Each candle on a daily chart would represent a day, just like a bar would. It will have a body and a wick or a tail, sometimes both. If the price closes above the opening of the bar, the candle will be green. If it closes below the opening, it will be red. The high and the low are usually identified by the wick or the extreme of the candle if there is no wick present. You can see that sometimes we have long candles, and sometimes we have very small ones. What does it mean? If a candle is long, it just means that there is high volatility. If it is small, it means low volatility. Now, so you don't get too confused with these terms, let's say for now that volatility is a relative rate at which the price moves up and down. Often, candles and bars form patterns that are tradable, or that at least help us in our trading decisions. In future videos, we will examine several of those patterns and we'll try to apply them. You now know what a chart is, how to set them up, and for what we use them. Next time on TMT, you will learn what it means to go long or to go short, and where and how to put your orders. See you in the next video.